Hi everybody, welcome back to the Thedahliasewciety and happy Me Made May. Now I'm pretty sure everyone knows what Me Made May is. It is a hashtag that you'll find on Instagram where everyone shows off their Me Made wardrobe. A lot of people are doing it every day, like day by day, almost like a diary of what they've worn. It's a fantastic way for everyone in the sewing community to all be inspiring each other. Today I'm going to try and inspire you with some comfy Me Made makes that I know you are going to love. So I don't know about you guys, but I personally have been living in comfortable Me Made makes that I can just lounge around the house in, but also be made to feel put together. So I don't want to be in the pajamas all day. I want to wear something comfy that I can put on with a pair of jeans or a pair of sweatpants or track pants or leggings. So personally, I'm loving anything to do with French terry or sweatshirting, jersey. The one I've got on today is a DIBY Adrianne sweater. If you're not familiar with the DIBY brand, that is Do It Better Yourself. They are a fantastic pattern brand. They have a website full of ideas of hints, tips, tutorials, blog posts. They have a whole variety of men's, women's and children's clothes on there. So fantastic inspiration. If you pop over to their website, you'll see a great catalogue of patterns. The thing that stood out with the Adrianne sweater for me personally was that beautiful curved hem with the side splits. I'll just stand up and give you a little bit of a look so you can see what I'm talking about. Now, it's just a lovely boat neck style sweater. With the, you can either have, you can change your sleeves, of course, to any length you like, but I've got the full length. This is just a French terry jersey fabric with the loop back, and I've added on a lovely art gallery jersey fabric because I love art gallery fabrics. They are on the pricier side of things, so it's a great way to show off a fabric without spending a fortune on it. If you just want to add a hint of that particular fabric to a garment, you can really showcase the fabric that way by adding a plain bold color to a lovely print. A trim on a top like this is fantastic, and you don't have to do a different color contrast trim. You can always do it out of the same fabric. Now the side split, you'll notice on the photo, goes fair way up to the waist. You can actually adjust that, and I have seen people put little buttons on the sides if you prefer to close it up just that little tad more. I find that it really just overlaps each other. I love to be able to show off a little bit more of an expensive jersey if it's just even in a trim or in a neckband or a sleeve cuff. You can really do quite a lot with mixing and matching fabrics, especially with sweater patterns. So this would have to be one of my favorite, the Adrianne sweater. I think it goes from a size 00 to a size 36. So really fantastic size range on all the DIBY patterns. I will link this pattern below so you guys can, if you wanted to purchase, you can click straight on the link. Have some really lovely knit patterns. Knit patterns, to me, a lot of them all look the same, but I love the detail and the difference in the way they've designed a lot of their patterns. There is a lovely sweater as well that has a crossover neck with the buttons. I think it would look gorgeous in some kind of a knit, a really quite a loose weave knit. Now this actually has a tutorial, a video tutorial, so you can follow along with the video, or you can just look at the fantastic instructions as well. Adrianne sweater is classed as a beginner pattern, so very beginner friendly. First downloaded this pattern, I couldn't believe the detailed instructions. They were brilliant. Step-by-step instructions, not only written, but also the photos to go with it as well. So you really hold your hand the right way through the process of making this pattern. Love the way the neckline is constructed with that nice deep boat neck and the facing on the inside as well. It really is a lovely flattering shape on so many different sizes, and that's the beauty of having such an inclusive size range. It really does let you see in the gallery, especially for the Adrianne sweater, you'll see how many different people have made this and what they've done with it. The line drawings for the Adrianne sweater, you'll notice too, there are so many variations you can do. So I'll put that little picture up so you guys can see just how many variations you can make this top in. And I would be really interested to make it in a t-shirt or a jersey fabric. So this one's a French terry. I think it would become beautiful in a ponte or a fleece. Definitely for summertime, I'd do it in a t-shirt style. I've got plenty of options there to choose fabric for, plenty of ideas. If you look on the gallery and see all the different pictures and the tester photos, you'll be totally inspired. So definitely love this. Even would like to make one in a plain fabric. Now I'm going to do a quick change and show you another favorite top of mine. I'm back. This is another favorite top of mine, another art gallery jersey fabric that I have decided to do the sleeves with and the neck banding as well. This is another French terry in a beautiful paprika color. Now this pattern in particular is the named Sloane Jumper. I made a couple of these last year. I did do a few little modifications to it. The size range comes in a size 4 to size 22. The pattern itself has got a really unusual dart shape, quite an old-fashioned style dart, very deep, and the top itself is not overly long. So I added about 10 centimeters to the length of this, even though it's got the band on the bottom. I think it really does need that tad of length personally for myself, unless of course you're wanting that cropped sort of style sweater top. But yeah, for me, I like that little bit extra length. So I think by showing you different fabrics that you can mix and match, loungewear doesn't have to be boring. You can really inject your own personality into your clothing. And personally for me, I love choosing fabric. So if you can kind of see a fabric, especially a print fabric, and then you might pick out a color that will pop or contrast, and you know, you hold different colors up against the fabric to see what would work better, and everyone has got their own personal idea about what looks better. The best advice I could give there is probably to go with your own gut, go with the color you're drawn to maybe the first time you look at something, and don't overthink it. I think when we overthink choosing fabrics, it can almost ruin the fun of putting a garment together. I think that's what drew me to the pattern when I first saw it, was the fact that it was a nice neat looking shoulder, set in sleeve. You don't see many wind cheater or sweater style tops that are that kind of neat around the bust and shoulder area, and especially with darts. I don't think I've seen any sweater tops with darts. Kind of gives that little bit of a dressy look to a sweater, which to me is something really different. So I quite enjoy wearing this with like a denim skirt or a pair of jeans. But yeah, another way to show off a lovely art gallery fabric without breaking the bank as well. So I will do a quick change and show you another favorite sweatshirt of mine. Now, you guys are all going to know this this sweater is a hugely popular pattern, has been for years. It's the Linden Sweatshirt by Grainline Patterns. This is a really tried and tested pattern that I've had in my wardrobe for years. This is probably going on 4 years old now. And the brushed sweatshirt fabric I got from Spotlight has a gorgeous provincial, like a house print on it. I remember when I first chose this fabric, I thought this is very reminiscent of the 80s style fabrics that were around at the time. Really loud, really kind of out there patterns. I wanted to tone it down a tad by putting the black sleeve on. I think if you have a fabric that you know is quite bold and you can be a little bit afraid of that, don't forget a black arm or neckband can just tone it down just a hint, and maybe it might sort of go back into your wardrobe a bit easier than it would if it was just the bold print on its own. The thing I love about the Linden sweatshirt again is the fact that you can mix and match colors and color blocking. I have also done, as I say, fabric printed on the arms and plain on the body. The waistband around the bottom here I've done in just the plain black as well. I'll give you a little bit of a look at the front. I've done the same fabric at the back. But if you don't have enough fabric, you can also do just the front panel in the print, and then you can do the back and the arms and the neckband in the plain fabric. So it really gives you a little bit of food for thought there, that if you have got a little piece of fabric you don't have quite enough that you know what to do with, the front panel of a sweater is perfect for that. Or even a t-shirt, a front panel in a print will work fantastic if you have a plain black and plain sleeves as well. So it really just depends on your imagination and how creative you want to be. Now this Linden sweatshirt, I just did it more of a cropped version. I think I used about the size 14 in Lindens. They're quite generous, and I've made about, as I say, probably about 8 to 10 of these over the years. It's one of my favorite patterns. The neck can be quite a lot wider than a lot of the other sweatshirt patterns, but it really is quite a comfortable design to wear with the raglan sleeves, and you can whip one of these up probably in under an hour. It's a really quick, simple project. And just talking about contrasting colors as well, this is the pineapple print I made in the same Linden sweatshirt quite a few years back now. So you really get creative with your color choices. Sometimes just a simple little dash of a different color can really make things stand out and make things pop. So love this fabric, that beautiful brush fleece on the inside. I will just throw it in the mornings for running around in. And yeah, if you find that kind of really nice quality sweatshirt fabric, you need to grab it, because it does get very hard to find at times. I made my daughter a mustard wind cheated, all in one color, and that's all I had left over. So I think it's a wonderful way of using up excess fabric you might have, and it's not quite enough to make a whole garment, but if you want to use it for your ribbing for your neck and your arms and maybe around your waistband. You can really utilize that fabric and do a little bit of color blocking. And I think the Tilling the Buttons book that's out, the new book that she has, Get Easy book, there is a Bertha cardigan in there. I haven't actually bought the book as yet, but I love the fact that the Bertha cardigan was color blocked with different pieces of fabric, and it was done in solid colors. There was no print in it. I think it looked fantastic. So it really has inspired me to think about using plain solid colors, color blocked in fleece. I think it really gives a lovely modern effect to a loungewear item that would normally be quite boring to wear. So really get inspired and try and get creative with your loungewear choices, because you just feel better putting something on that's unique and colorful. So there's just a few of my Me Made May makes that I know you guys are going to love. They're quick and easy to sew up, something you can have done in a day, and it doesn't take too much thinking or too much arranging. I think sometimes you just need those quick little projects to get yourself inspired into making something a bit more elaborate. And yeah, sometimes you just don't feel like dedicating days and days to making something. You can just get in and out and have it ready to wear as soon as possible. I hope you enjoyed my first Me Made May episode. I have plenty more to share with you. Lots of things in the wardrobe that I haven't shown you as yet, and things that I know I've loved to wear that I know you will too. Don't forget to give this episode a thumbs up, because that helps other people find my channel. So take care. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.